what's up? Check out this blunt and honest review from the Jock and Nerd Podcast. That's us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy.
What's up, guys?
Jock and Nerd. Okay, fellas, let's get to this week's movie review. I'm very excited because we're finally going to talk about KPop Demon Hunters on Netflix. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
Some of you probably like, I can't believe it's taking you this long to talk about it. Some listeners probably like, K-pop what now? Anthony, how do we get here?
How do we get where?
To this movie.
Well, he watched Wicked.
How did I get you to agree to watch K-pop Demon Hunters? Yes, and it has to do with Wicked.
Well, yeah, you had me. I watched Wicked a couple weeks ago, and you were all up in arms that I wouldn't watch K-pop Demon Hunters. And quite frankly, this week we had really nothing to review.
Yep.
And you suggested let's do K-pop Demon Hunters, and I said, all right.
I mean, if you're a Wicked guy now, you gotta go. There's a bunch of other things you're gonna have to start watching. But yes, look, it's still very popular. In fact, the movie still currently the number one most popular, most watched movie on Netflix. And it's always in the top 10 when you go to Netflix. This is a movie produced by Sony Pictures Animation for Netflix. Some stunning Sony Pictures Animation, who also did the Spider-Verse movies. This originally came out this summer, June 20th, 2025, and started to get a lot of buzz, and I didn't watch it for a long time. And now I've seen it 3 times. Anyways, on Rotten Tomatoes, 96% tomato meter, 99% popcorn meter, both critics and audiences loving it. Metacritic has it at a 77. The budget of this movie is estimated at $100 million plus. Now, it's a Netflix movie, but again, we were just talking about Stranger Things, Netflix playing around with theatrical release models. They did a similar thing here where after about a few months and the movie gets big on Netflix, they give it a limited theatrical run this August, past August 2025, makes about $20 million. And then later in Halloween, they do sing-along versions, makes a couple more $1 million. So the movie's made $24 million currently, if you look at Box Office Mojo, despite the fact that this is a Netflix release. But like I said, it became the most watched original title in Netflix history. The soundtrack, because this is a musical, the soundtrack of the film is the first film soundtrack on the Billboard Hot 100 to have 4 of its songs in the top 10. It goes platinum in October, gets 5 Grammy nominations, the soundtrack. The movie is starring a bunch of Korean voice actors. So your main crew here are Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. Voice acting Rumi, Arden Cho. Voice acting Mira is Mei Hong. And voice acting Zoe is Ji Young Yu. But the singing voices are also important. So you have a girl named EJ singing as Rumi, Audrey Nuna singing as Mira, and Rayami singing as Zoe. And now they're actually starting to come out and sing the songs live on The Tonight Show. They just did it on the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And it's a lot of fun to see them. This is a PG movie, only an hour 39. Anthony, what happens in K-pop Demon Hunters?
Well, in K-pop Demon Hunters, there are 3 singers, part of the Huntrix, 3 female singers that are popular K-pop stars in Korea, but also hunt demons and protect our world from demons by singing and putting a fortress around the world with their voices. But the demons have figured out a way to infiltrate them by sending up a demon boy band.
Of course.
And the demon boy band and the Huntrix, the demon girl band, or the human girl band, are duking it out. But there's a secret that the lead singer of the whole human girl band, Huntrix, has that can crush everything and ruin everything.
Yes, these demon hunters they've been passed down from generation to generation to protect the Han Moon, which is a layer created by music to trap the demons underground. All right, Anthony, let's just start with you. You liked Wicked. What did you think of this, which is essentially a sci-fi fantasy action musical kind of number here?
I watched this movie the other day, and the first thought that came to mind was actually not even about the movie. It was more about and this has happened in the last, 15 years or so?
Yeah.
Just the rise of K-pop.
Yeah.
As a music genre. And I'm curious what this is equivalent to. Like, this is a new genre that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, and has just blown up.
Yeah.
The thing that I can equate it to is like just the popularity of EDM.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing, is like, oh, they're making a movie with this. Like, K-pop's already been a thing.
Right.
But the fact that they have now a movie that's super popular, I was like, oh man, like what? We literally just saw the evolution of a new music genre.
Yeah.
As far as the movie itself, I mean, here's the thing. The movie, it's trying to accomplish a couple things. Trying to be entertaining, have pretty decent, whatever you call it, graphics, animation, have a decently entertaining story, and have some pretty damn good songs. And I think for the most part, it has some pretty good songs. The story's kind of whatever for me, and the animation's pretty solid. So overall, I like the movie. Is it like my favorite thing in the whole world? No,
Yeah.
not really. There were times where I was looking at other things, but there was a lot of good songs that brought me back into the movie, and for the most part, I enjoyed it, and I liked it enough that when I was driving home little later that day, I was playing the K-pop Demon Hunters soundtrack on my phone, and off of my phone in my car, because there were a couple songs where I thought they were pretty catchy.
I knew that you would like some of the songs. We will get into all of that. I just want to mention a couple more voice actors in this that are kind of fun. Ken Jeong voicing their manager, Bobby. You got Daniel Day Kim in here as Healer Han. And then Lee Byung-hun as the voice of Guima. This is the frontman from the Squid Game, and he's in the movie you recently watched that we're going to hear about later, Anthony, right? Park Chan-wook's new movie. I was like, and I looked up, I was like, oh, it's the fucking frontman from Squid Game playing the bad guy, Guima. Ruggs, what's your history with this? What do you think of this? Opening thoughts?
Okay, some K-pop general things. So when K-pop was big, and it was kind of on the on the descent, because all of these like Blackpink and BTS were kind of, all the members are going solo.
Right.
So you got Rose and all the other people that they're all like going on their own. So like this group K-pop thing, they were going mainstream. They weren't like known as quote unquote K-pop anymore. So I thought like this revived it. This brought it back into the light. It was actually fading out. And then this actually brought K-pop to a bunch of new kids that were like not considering it anymore. Because I think BTS's height was maybe like 4 years ago. And
Blackpink.
And Blackpink was about 4 years ago. So they're this infused it with all new excitement. In fact, when K-pop was at its height, there was an animated group called KDA.
Oh.
That was like Madison Beer was involved. And if you don't know Madison Beer, she's a pop star, and a bunch of other.
Oh, I know she is.
And she's very attractive. And a bunch of other people, a couple of other girls, and they had their own group called KDA, and that was supported by the people who make Arcane.
Oh, okay.
So the people who make Arcane made KDA as a animated K-pop group,
like Gorillas.
Yes,
cool.
So I think that Huntrix and K-pop Demon Hunters is a little bit of influenced by that. And someone saw that and go, let's make a movie like this.
Yeah.
And so I think that's where all that comes from. So when I saw it, the first ads for K-pop Demon Hunters, I was like, this is just a ripoff of KDA. And isn't this a little too late? Isn't K-pop over?
This is KDH.
I was wrong, because now this brought it to a whole new generation of kids. Yeah. And it's the biggest thing ever. Halloween, trick-or-treaters dressed as this shit.
Oh my God. You see Sasha boys and Huntrix girls everywhere this Halloween.
Yes.
In fact,
now there's fucking parade floats now.
I went to a wedding, like a Pakistani wedding, and the little kids performed a dance number to Your Idol from the Sasha Boys song. I was like, fucking K-pop is everywhere.
Yeah, so it's big. It's big. It's going to be big for them. They're going to grow up. This is going to be a pivotal thing in their lives. Like, I guess when so for some people, Avengers is the big thing that in their lives that they saw in the theater, or this is like the big thing that they saw on their TV.
Yeah.
That was their favorite movie that they watched 1,000 times. So, it's got a big cultural impact. Now, as a movie, I didn't really love it as far as a movie, but I really thought that the songs were really good, and the marriage of these two things worked really well. Like these characters being like anime characters, goofy expressions, all of that stuff, all that cultural stuff in there. And then you have the K-pop music and the catchy music, and the fact that it's not this style that we've seen over and over again. It's kind of like a newer, it's adjacent to Spider-Verse.
Yes.
So a lot of those things like combined and coalesced into this movie. I liked that the characters were like attractive. Like the boy characters are all the girl characters. They're all like, they're not like, we've had this thing where like everything has to be ugly.
Right.
And this one is totally aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
So, I'm into it. I think that it's good.
Yeah. So as far as the genre of music, like I was aware of K-pop. I did not listen to any K-pop, but Anthony, to answer your question, like I was thinking about it, it kind of does remind me of like when hip hop and breakdancing were going on, and then they made movies about breakdancing, and you're like, oh shit, they're making movies. So it gets to that point of cultural explosion where now the whole world is embracing K-pop. And I didn't realize the style is this blend of singing and rapping, and I kind of really enjoy that. But I've seen this movie 3 times. I play the soundtrack all the time. It is a fantastic fantasy action musical. I do
think it's a little convoluted though.
It is, but I love this. Look, I love the style. Like you said, this stylized realism where they're taking like anime things that happen in flat 2D anime and just making it 3D, but everything looks super realistic and tactile. It's beautiful. The songs, the choreography, the action, they are singing and fucking slaying demons. And then the songs, if you listen to these songs, these are perfectly crafted, amazing pop song produced melodies and beats. And they're super catchy and they're very like now and current. And the songs just get stuck in my head. Golden was the big one, but this soundtrack's got 4 or 5 bangers that I'll play over and over again. So, and I related to Rumi's story, a demon hunter who is hiding that she's half demon, and that these patterns, these markings on her skin, whether to hide them or embrace them. What does that sound like that I went through?
Vitiligo.
Exactly. So when by the end of the movie, I was like, fuck, man, I feel it. And I love the emotion. I love the arcs of all of them. And I love how the songs have the emotion and the story in the songs. Some of it reminds me of The Greatest Showman, the kind of way the songs pace the story. But yeah, I
did not like that element. That's the element of the story I don't like. Actually, the 2 things I think in the weakness of this movie is the demon hunting. I think that's very glossed over, even though it's in the songs.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it takes us back seat to the actual song.
Yeah.
You never feel like they're in any real danger.
Sure.
You never really feel like they're getting beat up.
I completely agree with that, Ruggs. I agree with both of you. So I think the songs and the animation and what you said, Ruggs, about just aesthetics and how they look, all of that is really fun. Really, really fun. I enjoy that. I think it's all really well done. It raises the bar in a lot of those areas. I think it's beautiful to look at.
Yeah.
And the songs are really good. I think the songs are really, really good. But I do agree with Ruggs in that when they play the songs, the fighting just becomes the same fighting over and over.
Sure.
They're just literally knocking out the demons with their swords. There's not really like any danger, like Ruggs said.
Yeah.
And I also feel like it's just running towards the songs, but not necessarily like the plot is like almost second nature. Second takes a back seat to everything, which makes me, I think the structure of the story could use some work.
Yeah. And I also don't like that the whole she's a demon thing.
You don't like
feel
that
like
she's half demon?
as I said, just like I hate Wicked, I hate these whole things of like these kind of tropey, these tropes of like, oh, you know, the evil people are really good, and there's always, you know, I would have liked more like a almost like a Buffy Angel thing where they're in love, but they have to kill each other.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that would have been better than this other thing. Like, oh, I really sympathize. I sympathize with you because I'm like you. You know, like I don't know. I don't like that. I think it's tropey and it's cheap, and you know, it's like Frozen. Every fucking thing is the same. It's the same story over and over and over again.
And the whole Genu backstory and his little secret and how they fall, and then he actually kind of turns, but then the moment he saves her, it's just like heartwarming, and you know it's coming. I mean, it's slightly predictable. I just like when they're fighting and singing like that. It's on the beat. The like choreography of the action is great.
No, it's well done.
Yeah.
It just takes away from. I mean, maybe it's not supposed to be about demon hunters. Maybe that's why a lot of like young girls like this, because it's not about fighting. I think they would get bored with the fighting.
Right.
I guess they're playing to their audience, but
yeah, absolutely.
It makes it like not as good of a movie as it could have been.
I think that's so I didn't have a problem with the demon part. But I think they're leaning more into, this is like marketed towards young girls.
Yes.
The fighting,
absolutely.
It takes a back seat to the singing, but also to, I think, the messaging of like just being accepting who you are, no matter like your differences or you're like the if you have vitiligo or whatever the hell you have going on.
Yep.
Like you should embrace that part of you rather than like suppressing it. I think that's what they're trying to more lean into.
Yeah.
But with that, like for me at least, I think where I had an issue with it was like when the story's playing out, like I think they get to the reveal of her being the demon with the other girl, the other Huntrix ladies, like too late.
Yeah, it is way
so by that
late
point,
in the
all
movie.
the tension, there's a tension that happens. They break up, and then literally in the next scene, they're like back together.
Yes, yes.
I think that happens so quickly.
Yeah,
that if I were to structure the story, I would have had that breakup happen in like the middle of the movie.
Yeah, and it happens late because Rumi, Celine tells her, if you seal this thing, if you seal the Han Moon, they'll go away.
Right.
So instead of telling anyone, she's just trying to release the songs early, get to the Idol Awards, seal the Han Moon.
Well, yeah, and there's the trope that she can't sing.
Right. And so that, that's another thing where it's affecting her, the secrets inside her are affecting her voice, mentally, really. But man, when, she's talking about covering up and stuff, like just took me back. My parents would make me wear like long sleeve shirts and pants. And I always felt like they were embarrassed to have me seen like my skin when I was little and it was all vitiligo. And so I completely was relating to fucking Rumi and how she was raised and that stuff. So that fucking still hit, which is wild, but it's definitely for little girls. Yes. But I still love it. I just want to go through kind of the sequences and the songs because the movie is kind of set up through these songs. And I think it starts great. I mean, they explain what's going on with the generations of hunters in the Han Moon. And then the song, How It's Done, just fucking to open with that and the whole scene. I think the action's great. The way the plane's trashed and they got to skydive in. And the way, and they're cooking the ramen and they got to wait for the ramen. Like it's all very cute. The humor really works. There's a lot of little gags here and there. And then you see their sick weapons, which I thought also I really enjoyed. How Rumi has a sword and then the girl has like the long bow and the other one's got little daggers. And they're killing him on the beat and it's very colorful. What do you think of How It's Done opening sequence, Anthony?
The opening sequence of the movie?
Yeah.
What do I think of it?
Yeah, just like how they're introduced through this song. And the demons are kind of introduced.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way it's they have like a voiceover, right, to set it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you just kind of know what you're getting into, and then they have them on the stage, and then all the demons start coming in. I mean, yeah, I think it's. I'm not saying anything that I haven't said earlier. I think it's just it's just the way the movie is structured. That this is like they're racing to the song, and then once the song hits, it's like watching them do ballet around these demons, and then that's the whole gist of the movie. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I think jumping ahead, there's the two songs that everyone knows. So I'd never seen the movie, but I'd heard those two songs.
Which ones? Golden
and Soda Pop.
Oh God, Soda Pop is my least favorite song. But
so I'd heard both of those songs before.
Yeah.
But didn't know they came from K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh.
So that's when I know that things are like mainstream, as if I'm hearing about them, but I don't even know where they're from.
Yeah.
So there's that. But the song I like the most, actually, is the Free song.
Oh, really? You like Free? Oh my God! So this is the song that's it reminded me of "Rewrite the Stars" from Greatest Showman, where Zendaya is singing to what's his face.
I have a soft spot for to Zac Efron.
Yeah, to Zac Efron, and and she's singing. He wants to be with her. She's singing. This is similar, but
I have a soft spot in my heart for any animated songs or even musicals where the guy and the girl start singing to each other.
Duet. You love the duets.
And this goes all the way back to fucking what's the I know the movie. I'm not losing track of the name of the song. Aladdin.
Oh yes.
What's that?
Part of Your World.
Part of Your World.
Part of Your World.
Yeah.
No, Part of Your World.
The duets are great.
Part of Your World. That's Little Mermaid.
A Whole New World.
A Whole New World. Yes.
Part of That World, which is
Part of That World.
Mermaid, which is also a good song.
Yeah.
Aladdin, A Whole New World. So that's where that takes me back. Literally, I was watching the movie. I was looking at my phone a little bit.
Yeah.
They started singing that song, and they started like doing the whole like singing in the air shit.
Yes, they start floating.
I'm back in the movie. I'm back watching.
And I love how they're singing about like what they want, what they're trying. They're like, we can't fix it if we can't face it. And I love his bit when he comes in, he's like rapping and singing fucking Genu. Free's it's a good melody. It's really catchy. Free.
I mean, those are when you're doing these musical, whether they be animated or musicals. Yeah. Part of telling the story is telling it through the song, right? So so if they have a good song that's clever and can progress the story, then I think you're doing your job there.
And all the songs kind of have some of the story in there. Ruggs, what's your favorite song?
Oh, I like Your Idol.
Your Idol, the other Saja Boy song is very good on the sound.
I think that's good. I mean, I like how it's done. I like, Golden is fine. It's overplayed.
See, but man, I hear the shit in the fucking.
And I like This Is What It Sounds Like as well.
That's a great. They're all those are the great songs. But I hear this shit in the gas station now, like in Target, like on the fucking.
Well, the soundtrack has gone platinum.
It's gone platinum. My two favorite songs would be like you said, Golden is great, but I think How It's Done is fucking great. Takedown is a great song. If you listen to, there's a version covered by this band twice in the end credits, and it's on the soundtrack. But that's got a fucking great beat. And I love that whole, like, it's the one kind of like mean song they wrote, and even in the movie, Rumi's like, I don't really know if these words are right. And then when it gets performed, I love this whole moment because the demons are impersonating Mira and Zoe, and now they're singing Takedown to her when they wrote this song to sing it to the Saja Boys to expose them as demons. And the whole thing gets turned around and they expose her to the world and rip her shirt off so everyone sees her patterns. That's great. I love that whole turn of events. So, Anthony, you don't like Takedown? The fucking when they drop the bass, they drop the beat. I'm a
Takedown is good. What I've listened to K-pop before. I'm just going back to K-pop.
Okay,
and what I like about K-pop is I don't listen to K-pop very regularly, but when I do listen to it, what I like about it is like it's basically a combination of pop, EDM, and rap. Right? Yeah. So they combine, and I like all three of those genres on their own. So when you put them all together, I usually like it. Even like when they start singing in Korean.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, this is cool.
I mean, this soundtrack is teaching people Korean. I've seen people cover these songs and they're learning Korean.
K-pop has been around. I mean, K-pop. Yeah. The rise of K-pop has taught a lot of people some Korean, but also just Korean, like not only K-pop, but Korean media, right? So like Korean movies are big.
Television shows.
K-dramas are big. Korean food is big. Like it's, that's the biggest thing that my takeaway from this. I was like, wow, like just reflecting on the rise of Korean culture in America. I'm like, that's that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Music is a powerful thing. Yeah. So it is one of the things that brings culture to people.
Like, have you ever, I mean, you guys are older, Imran, much older. have you ever seen like another country's music get imported here and have the same staying power like Korea?
Well, I mean, obviously we have Hispanic music and stuff.
That's
a big thing here. I mean, you got
it's huge.
Bad Bunny and all the
Puerto Rican music.
Bad Bunny's made that huge.
Daddy Yankee back in the day,
right? It's reggaeton. Would it be there?
Reggaeton, yes.
I feel like Indian music breaks in every once in a while and then goes away. Like Ed Sheeran has this new song with this Indian singer, and it's got like an Indian vibe to it. Sapphire, pretty good.
Indian music comes in and out.
Yes,
like it doesn't stick around, but you'll hear it.
Yes. But for K-pop to be this big, and I think it is the blending of genres. It's essentially stuff coming to them, and then they're mixing it up and putting it back out. And the influence of hip hop and the singing and like the trap beats, like it's all fun.
Well, they've really committed to it in a way that is crazy. Like they've made a whole industry, training. Like there's actual like places where they go and they train these kids to do all this stuff.
Oh yeah, there's like schools and shit now.
Well, if you look up like Blackpink or even some of these K-pop bands, boy band, girl bands, whatever. They often are plucking people from like the U.S. or other countries and then putting them in Korea.
Yeah.
Like I think like the Blackpink, like one of those girls is from Thailand. One's from like the one or two might be from the U.S. I might be wrong on that, but they're not necessarily like they're manufacturing this shit.
They're all they're all fabricated.
I mean, now they got that big group that's Cat's Eye that is kind of like an imitation of this, I guess, or I don't know, maybe it is made by people in the K-pop industry. Who knows? But it's a girl group.
Yeah.
And they do very similar stuff to the K-pop. It's very,
it's no different than what Simon Cowell does, right? He just puts these young boys together.
Well, I mean, we also saw young boys together, without context. But no, that reminds me of, I mean, even in the early mid 90s.
Yeah.
Like
New Kids,
well, not only New Kids, but like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC were both manufactured boy bands.
Menudo was like one of the first ones.
Pussycat Dolls,
Pussycat Dolls, yeah. So I mean, you're just seeing it in another country, but I think the impact that K-pop has, I mean, it's just huge.
Yeah, and it's a lot of fun. So Golden,
that's the thing that you said one thing, and then I'll let you go and run. I think the reason that K-pop seems to stick around is the fun factor.
Yeah.
Right? I think they revolve more around fun, whereas you would look at like boy bands, there was more like my heart's broken and all this type of stuff, right? Or I'm going to get the girl.
Yeah.
So I think there's just a fun factor to K-pop that doesn't necessarily exist around every genre. So I think that's probably why it's like more palatable to a lot of people.
I mean, all these songs, they get you bouncing. They get you moving. Like the beats are very good and you just can't help. But, it's kind of funny. Like when the girls are watching the Sasha Boys for the first time when they're singing Soda Pop, they're like, they hate them. They hate that they are infatuated with them and that the song is infectious. They can't stop their shoulders from bobbing back and forth. They're like, no. And that song is so cheesy and funny. Soda Pop. But Golden, I want to talk about Golden because that's the
biggest song, right?
It's the biggest song, and it's a really hard song to sing. She's got some high ass fucking notes in several parts of this song, and it's very impressive. But I've seen when they sang it live on the Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon, they sang it in a lower register, so it was easier.
Well, the people that are doing the speaking voices and the singing voices are completely different.
So this girl, EJ, who did Rumi, and EJ wrote a lot of the songs. And the story I heard about her is that she's been ghostwriting a lot of K-pop songs for many years. And she was just a songwriter, but she wrote these songs and she recorded the temp track, and sent it to them. And they liked it so much. They're like, why don't you just fucking sing these parts? So I feel like EJ, Audrey Nuna, Ray, and me, they should be a real, this is Huntrix in real life. It should be a real group. And I would go fucking see them.
I feel like they should just go for it because how are you going to get exposure like this? How are you going to, you're in the spotlight already. People want to see them now.
Because they didn't perform this live. The songs were huge. Everyone was like, can they sing this live?
They're all in their deep 30s now.
Right.
It's
but they're Asian, so they look young.
Yeah, you can't tell. Yeah. You can't tell at all. But I love in Golden how she's singing about her patterns and she's done hiding and, it's a very uplifting song. It just makes you feel good. Then we get the Soda Pop.
I got to correct myself real quick. Sorry. And then you go to Soda Pop.
Yeah.
2 of the members of Blackpink are from Korea. One is from New Zealand, and they moved her to Korea, and then the other one's from Thailand, and she's actually Thai.
Oh, okay.
So, just speaking to the fact that they find these people.
It's a factory, dude. It's a K-pop factory out there. They know.
Yeah, they're cranking them out.
People love it. We talked about Soda Pop and how about the cat? I thought the cat was hilarious. Jinwoo's cat,
Derpy cat.
Yes, that he sends and he knocks the planter over and he's trying to set it back up and it just keeps falling. Like that fucking cat.
About the 3-eyed bird.
And the 3-eyed bird with the hat.
He's like, she's like, why do you have the hat? And he's like, well, it was for the cat.
I thought it for the cat, but he took it. And the bird's expressions are great. I love the designs. I think the designs of the demons were fun. It worked. They're not like really scary and threatening.
I actually thought it was kind of interesting. They did something that you don't see very often. So Jinwoo, right? Jinwoo?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Yep. Jinwoo.
And Rumi.
Yep.
They have this like unspoken love, right?
Yeah.
Or this like infatuation with one another.
Yeah.
And most movies nowadays don't even do the love story, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But movies back in the day would do the love story.
Yeah.
And they kind of did it like, they did like straddled it. So they hinted at the love story, but they never went full with it where they're like kissing by the end of the movie. Like he dies and stuff. So I just thought it was a interesting choice where usually you see one or the other, and they did like in the middle of what a love story was.
Yeah, it's very safe, right? And it still works. But he gives up.
They hint at it. I mean, it's very obvious that they have some sort of like, love towards each other. So it's definitely like, it's not like he automatically hates her or she hates him because he's a guy.
Right.
Like they clearly have something, but they didn't go all the way with it.
Well, once he realizes like she's half demon, I think he feels bad and he wants to help her. But he does sacrifice himself and his soul becomes a sword or something. Like he's inside her. I'm not exactly sure. But
I'm not exactly sure what happened there.
But I do. So Your Idol also, that's a great song. And on the soundtrack, it starts with like this chanting. It's very cool. But I love this song essentially singing about the power of being a pop star and how you do put everyone in a trance. And the line where he's like, I'm the only one that will eat your sins or deal with your sins. Like I love this whole moment because they have now entranced the whole population, including Mira and Zoe, and everyone is given into their insecurities and they're feeding off it. But also the fact that pop stars, they get that power. Their fans will do anything for them and they can control them. And then this is what it sounds like is another beautiful, great song and a great moment.
Which one is this one sounds like?
This is the last song, what it sounds like. Where Rumi.
Is that where, not the part where she like steps up and then is it where she steps up by herself and then the two come back?
Yes, I love it. She comes out first singing about, I'm not hiding anymore. I broke apart. I couldn't put myself together, but now I'm embracing it. And then slowly Mira and Zoe break out of the trance and they start singing and they join forces and fight the demons. And let me tell you,
I like that. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying the harmonies, when the three of them hit these harmonies in these certain songs, it's fucking delicious.
Great song.
Yeah.
But to my complaint earlier, like 2 minutes ago, they hated her. And then they just see her singing and they're like, we'll forget now that she lied to us and she's a demon.
But in the song, she's explaining what, listen, we can't and then she says we're not all heroes, but we're doing the best we can. But I feel like the song broke them out of the trance, and it's
a good song.
They did just leave.
There's a lot of like conveniences going on here. A lot of concessions you have to make, but it's a kids movie. It's not meant. It's meant to make sense to little girls, and they're too busy bopping to the songs to care.
Yeah, I got that vibe too. That it's not really like it's not like a Pixar movie. Where there are some funny things for adults.
Yeah, there's some fun jokes.
It's not super leaning into like the adult side. It's only a kids movie.
Yeah, I think that on a second watch that I watched it, I think I liked it more than the first time.
Yeah,
and I don't know why that is. I'm still critical of all the things that I saw, but maybe I just like I'm just impressed at how these songs have permeated and that the fact that it is something that's a phenomenon that people have gravitated to, it's impressive to me.
Well, look, what I'm impressed with is they spent time making sure the animation was stunning. They spent time making sure the production of the songs was as good as they
the songs are like radio ready. There's not even.
Can I ask you something real quick? Ruggs and Imran.
Yeah.
And then you can finish. I am by no means the animation expert. Is this like top tier animation?
I mean, it's very good. It's very good.
I think it's if it's not quite top tier, but I think it's very serviceable. I think it's very respectable, and I really like I like all of the animation design.
Yeah, it fits the style.
Is this better than in your opinion, than like a Spider-Man Across the Universe or Spider-Verse or whatever the fuck it's called?
I think it's right up there.
It's up there with the Spider-Verse movies, and
it's not as deep.
And Mutant Mayhem.
The Spider-Verse is like a little bit more deep. There's a lot more deep. Yeah, there's more layering going on.
This decision they made to make
cleaner.
This
is much cleaner. Yes. And they go like with the exaggerated shit.
Yes,
a little bit.
And it worked like an anime.
They're working with the comedy aspect of it.
Okay,
but it's well animated. Like the body language is good and all that stuff.
Yeah, the acting is great, and it's just it fits the fucking thing. It's really fun, and the choreography. If you watch the dance moves, like somebody had to choreograph this, and it's also done very good. And I see people replicating this in videos, like the exact same choreography. So they paid a lot of attention to the details of this, and the little gags I thought also work. The humor works, but the fact that all of that is like top notch. I think it's up there with the Spider-Verse and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles style animation.
Probably a step or two below Arcane, though, right?
Arcane is like different. That's the thing. It's different. Arcane is more of a flat, painterly.
Arcane's got way more detail.
It's got way
more variety and depth.
Yeah.
So I think Arcane is like one of the top. I think Spider-Verse is one of the top.
Yeah.
Animation. I mean, there's the Disney stuff is also fucking. Some of it's untouchable, like Moana and all that stuff. They're like really well done, fantastically done.
None of this touches in terms of animation nor quality. Rug Boy's favorite was a Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba.
What is that? That's the one that came out in the theaters, right?
Is that the one that Ruggs is like, people think this shit is good. It's not good.
Oh, Demon Slayer?
Yeah.
Demon Slayer is fine. It's just, it's nothing. I don't know. I just don't, I think it's TV animation. That's what I think it is. It's not movie animation. It's not.
I will give it up to Sony Pictures and Sony Animation. They are putting out some top notch work. That competes with Pixar and Disney. Absolutely.
No, it's good. I thought it. Without being an expert, I thought it was very, very clean and very well done.
It does have a drop frame rate, but very quickly your eyes kind of adjust to it.
Yeah, it has that drop. I hate that drop frame rate.
What does that mean? I don't even know what that means.
So it's like on the twos, there's like 12 frames instead of 24.
Spider-Verse and Ninja Turtles, they all do it. And I hate it.
Where it's
Disney does not do that.
It's a little choppier. The in-between motions are removed, so they kind of jump, but out in the beginning,
they say that they're doing it on purpose, but it's really to save money.
It does save a lot of time because you're animating half. But I'll tell you again,
things won't move as smoothly. Is that what it happens?
Yeah, but your brain smooths everything out. Yes, and you see, so your brain is showing you movements in there that aren't in there because it gets adjusted to it. And so they're like, well,
that's like when people write out a whole paragraph and they remove the vowels, you can still read it.
Yeah. So if you're like a production studio, you're like, well, if your brain is filling this in, why do we need to?
I can see it. It bothers me.
It does. It's crazy how your eyes will adjust. And so anyways, the end of the movie, they fight. They
fight?
They kill demons. They go after Guima. With Jinwoo's sacrifice, she gets a power-up sword, and then the souls and the voices of everyone in the audience give all of them a power-up in order to finally destroy Guima.
Wasn't the thing, though? Here's my confusion in the plot. The whole thing was the demons are bad, right? Demons are bad. We got to have the Han Moon. The demons are reprehensible. But don't we learn through the movie that there are some good demons?
Well, Rumi does. After she realizes all this, she's like, when she's fighting, she's like, are you being controlled by him too? Are you actually innocent? and you start to sympathize with maybe they aren't evil and they are just being controlled
like
by
I
him.
thought I thought they were building towards like we got to accept the demons in our world. Like they're not demons.
Right. They're not. It's a misunderstanding.
But it seems like they just end it where the Han Moon's back and everything's back to normal.
The Han Moon goes gold. It's sealed. So those demons are now trapped. I don't know. Like, and even with Jinwoo, like he made a deal with Guima to leave his family, and then he got trapped down there. Like I'll admit it's a little muddy.
If they wanted to really
His
make
backstory was weird too.
It was a little weird.
I thought that would be like the more interesting part is like, let's explore like how these people become demons. But then they like go out of their way to make him like a really bad guy. Like he just embraces all that stuff to like leave his family.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah. No, yeah. And he was trying to redeem himself, right? And he does kind of.
It's a little messy. I think it's really pretty messy.
It is a little messy. And once it's done, if you notice at the end, they're in like the bathhouse and then they meet their fans. She still has faded patterns on her. So I thought Celine said, once you seal it, they'll go away, but she's embraced it. So maybe that was all bullshit.
Yeah, so it's the execution on the actual story.
It's
muddy, yes.
And if
the demon hunting, the fighting, and the story are its weak points. The music and the animation are
the songs,
definitely its strengths.
The choreography. I like the action just because it's like part of the music. But there is a sequel in the works. Only you're gonna have to wait till like 2029, of course, because this could take time. But we could find like Rumi's father was a demon. Like that's an interesting story they could explore. But I like how it starts and they're big celebrities, and in the end, she's a demon hunter that's half demon. It's good.
What I'm most impressed of, the K-pop discussion we've had a little bit, but what I'm most impressed with is I really think that they've created an IP here that like out of nothing.
Yes.
Like that is actually going to last for a long time.
Yeah, that's something to be said too. Like that's a non-existent IP that came out in a movie, just like they used to do in the 80s and the 90s all the time.
Right. Yeah, like what you usually see is people acquiring IP and twisting it and building it even more, but it's very rare to see something created. I mean, the only other people that do this is like Pixar, but something created.
Yep.
That like you can already see sequels, you can see merchandise, you could see this, you could see live performances, you could see this being on like billboards, theme parks. Like this is a thing that could be spun into a lot of different shit. And was this on anyone's radar? Like I don't remember.
No, it just kind of.
I don't remember any buzz for this other than when it just came out.
That's the thing. It comes out and it's huge.
No, but that's not how it happened, Imran. It just slowly started exploding. It was just like a continuous rise. It was like you heard a couple people talk about it. Yeah. Then a couple more people talk about it. And then all of a sudden you're like, I should be fucking watching
By
this.
the end of the summer, at 2 months, 3 months in, you're like, I need to fucking watch this. I keep hearing everybody's fucking talking about this. It is like the algorithm is huge. People search for this shit all the time still. Why do you think, though, this has become such a universally loved thing?
Well, this is Disney already knows about this. Disney's been hitting on this market, young girls.
Girl boss. You need the girl boss.
Frozen, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just Frozen, Moana. Yeah. You got all those, the Little Mermaid, all these the Disney princesses. Like that's a huge business. And so Sony was like, we're going to make our own Disney princesses, and we're going to do it with K-pop. And it worked. It's like, that's the Disney method. They make musicals, right? And the songs are what. Now, the thing that they did that's brilliant is usually in the Disney musical, there's one good song.
Right.
And the rest of them suck.
Right.
This one, the entire soundtrack is listenable. Yeah. If not, almost all of them are good. So that is a feat. And that's crazy.
And these girls, like the execution that works for me, these girls are badass, right? I could see how the girls want them to be role models, and to mix Korean culture and mythology and fantasy with this kind of street K-pop sound, like it's very smart. I'm surprised somebody hasn't done that yet. But yeah, they got a huge hit on their hands and a huge IP.
Let's see them ruin it. No, hopefully they don't.
Well, I mean, again, it's animation, so it's going to be like 5 years between fucking movies. But in the meantime, like you said, Anthony, they can make a pop-up house. They can make like a K-pop Demon Hunter house experience you can go to and do all this shit. And
if all the demons are gone, they're just going to be K-pop.
Oh yeah, what maybe the honeymoon breaks again, and then they gotta find him again. But yeah, the fact that the soundtrack is so good and it was on the Billboard is crazy. So
I mean, it's like it's like the old was the Renaissance era of Disney movies when
everyone was a banger.
Everyone was a banger, and they had just fantastic soundtracks, and that kind of reminds me of this. Obviously, this is like the new age version of that.
Yep, and it's spreading K-pop around the world. All right, Anthony.
K-pop. Yeah. Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, give me final thoughts. I
have one more thing to ask before we go there.
Yeah.
When anything is successful, you will find copycats.
Yes.
Do you think that this will elicit copycats?
Yeah, I mean,
or is the market too full of K-pop already?
Well, no, Imran's already waiting on the Bollywood version of this.
When is the guy who did RRR going to do a version of it? He's working on like a sci-fi movie.
I mean, I think it would seem to be likely that this would be reproduced in many different versions, probably even just released in Korea and hoping that it catches on over here.
Right. But I mean, you'd have to, I don't know how you do something. It's going to be like a clear ripoff, and they're not going to be as good.
Movie content creators have never been shy about ripping shit off.
Yeah. They're going to milk this. But the honeymoon is intact. Okay, final thoughts. Give me a rating here, Anthony.
Well, I do think this will be nominated in the Oscars for a few different things.
For what?
Oh, well, best animated feature, song.
Best song.
I think those are probably the two.
Yeah. Maybe
sound, but I think those are the two, and it probably has a good chance of winning best animated feature. Yeah, as far as the movie itself, I think it's a solid 7. I do have a lot of issues with the way it's structured and the plot and the depth of what they're really going for, and like thinking through the things they're doing throughout the movie, because a lot of it, like we're talking about, just doesn't really add up.
Yeah.
But the songs are so strong, and the animation is really good, and it's a fun movie. So I don't think it's really. I can tell it doesn't actually care about the plot.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't care about the plot, I'm not going to put a lot of weight into the plot.
Yeah.
Because of that, and I'm going to put more weight into the songs, and the songs are great, and everything else was really good. So 7 out of 10.
All right, Ruggs.
Yeah, Anthony seems to be hitting it right on the mark here. Like, yeah, I have a lot of problems with the story and the tropes and the things that are kind of like layups, that they're kind of a lot of this ground has been tread on with Disney 1,000 times. But where this movie is different is that they're essentially bringing a culture, and not even the way that Disney does it. Disney kind of does it in one. This is like more organic.
Yes, it's very subtle
and more fun.
Yeah. Yes,
and less preachy.
Yep.
Like it's not as preachy as like a Disney movie where it's like they're trying hard to make it mean. This is just an organic. They're K-pop stars, and this is their whole life, and they're into their shit, and it's organic, and it doesn't feel preachy. It's fun, and it's action filled. It moves. The pace moves really well.
Yeah.
So it's a fun movie to watch. And I think on repeat viewings, it gets better, which is not every movie.
Yeah.
But I do think there are a lot of weaknesses. And so I'm going to give it a 7 as well. It's a recommend, I think, just for the music alone.
I mean, I agree with what all you guys said, but I fucking love the character designs. I love the color palette, the purples, the blues. The characters are great. The music's great. It's a 9 for me. I can watch this shit over and over again. And I will still constantly listen to the soundtrack. Sometimes it'll just be like, I need to listen to K-pop Demon Hunters songs because they will be stuck in my head. And I can't wait for the sequel.
It's a real thing. Yeah. I understand it.
I know. And it's
I can't even make fun of you for
that's
it.
That's the thing. And it's one of those movies where everybody's talking about it and you're like, what the fuck? And you watch it and you're like, oh, I get it. I get it now. It's fucking fantastic. These songs are great. And yeah, good stuff.